Hey y'all, happy, what is it, Wednesday? So I finished up with like a good potential job. Um, because I know, especially with staffing agencies, I know the ones I've been through. Speaking of that, I need to reach out to the one I used to go to. The one lady I have, she was so nice. Um, See if they have like any even per diem positions, because not a lot of, well, a good amount of staffing agencies have like per diem positions as well as part time. I think we had, well, I had a preconceived notion that it was only full time or full time temp to hire, but some of them do provide like, excuse me, part time or even per diem, and I'm looking for like a per diem where I can pick up like I need to or how I want to. Um, that's mainly what I wanted to do with like even having two jobs, have two per diems or one part time, like kind of manage your time well. I want to say I'm gonna keep my fingers crossed, and I'm gonna continue to pray. If this job is for me, it's for me. It is a full time. Um, I meant to ask her. I'm assuming I don't want to assume that it's like a higher position and not attempt to hire. Because I don't want, like, if God forbid, if I do potentially take the job and I find out like it's a temp job and I already left that job to go for a temp job. No, we got to do it the opposite way, leaving a temp job to go to a full time. But yes, what is kind of, well, I don't want to say kind of, is what I wanted to do. I wanted to start back doing prior authorizations. So I think the phone call went really well. At first I was nervous, but as she was asking me the questions, I was super confident in it. She's like, "Well, people know because I always get choked up when they ask the question, tell me about yourself." Y'all, when they say tell me you about yourself at an interview, I don't know why I get super nervous. Like I kind of choke up on what to say. Let me know if y'all have that issue too at like interviews. If they're like, "Oh, tell me about yourself," like what exactly do you say? Do you get nervous? I know what you're supposed to say, but it's like I always get nervous. But she was like, she didn't even really say, um, like verbatim, tell me about yourself. I forgot how she said it. No, she's like, why should we, like, if they were interested, very interested, why should they hire you? And I just went in it. Like, once she said that, when I say I didn't feel like a guilt of nerves at all, I didn't. I'm like, I'm super good with time management. I'm able to like delegate the most urgent things that need to be done on top of my job duties. I'm super knowledgeable. Once I find out something, I'm good at following through. I'm good at, I'm very fast learner. I'm open to like gaining more knowledge, like going through it. She was like, normally people normally people get nervous on that question, but you did quite well. You're super confident. I'm like, phew, because except for the old, oh, she would have been nervous. But she was like, yeah, we have a very great background. So I'm gonna like she kept pausing. She's like, oh, I'm just taking some notes. I'm like, understandable, because as she was doing that, I was doing the same thing. She mentioned pay, which I'm glad she did, because I feel like you probably some people feel the same way. They're like, oh, it's not good to ask what they're paying you or what the starting wage is. I'm like, and some people live by that, but I'm like, how am I supposed to decide if a job is for me without that intricate detail? I mean, not even detail, without that important information. Like, I don't want to take off on a job that, especially if I'm working, take on a job that's not is gonna put me back in a position where don't want to be. You know what I mean? So I need to know the pay. Yeah, the pay is the whole point of working. Is But the range I gave was good because what she gave um is actually more than I'm making now, and it was like within the range I told her about. So it's good. She's like, "Is that okay?" So that's fine. The hours are okay. I thought she was about to say, "Oh, you just working." The schedule is just open working Monday through Thursday, but she put in Friday too, which I didn't want to go back to doing that, but whatever's in a God's will for me to do at this, like I don't want to say at this point because it's always been whatever God wants me to do. Um, yeah, and the place she didn't tell me the name. She just said it's like what kind of specialty group it is, which I love to stay in specialty. I think ever since I started in specialty, I really did. I don't think I never been a part of a primary care. When I started, after I started, well, during towards the end of medical assistant school, um, we had to do. What I'm thinking, yeah, towards the end of medical assistant school, we had to do an internship in order to gain the rest of our hours in order to graduate. So I did it at an urgent care, but other than that, I've always been in specialty, like dermatology, podiatry. I've always been in specialty now in the current front desk, and this place is cardiology. So I've always been in a specialty. I love specialty. These lantern flies are getting ridiculous. But yeah, I just keep me in my prayers. I'm about to go home and chill. Today at work was not really that bad. I'm glad it went by quick because. Oh, and another question. She's like, so why didn't you get a job? That always chokes me up too because I don't want to. I feel like when people see that you want to leave your job, they think it's a bad thing. It's not. It's all about growth, and that's exactly what I said. It's all about growth. I said I do front desk at the enterprise office. I've been doing it for almost 2 years. But in my recent job, we did do one of the duties was to do prior authorization. So I worked for a podiatrist is to do prior authorization for like the CT scans, the MRIs, what else? Yeah, the CT scans, MRIs, the ultrasound. You didn't need a prior auth. CT scans like CAT scan and the MRI. So like I'm familiar with how important it, unless they change like the kind of like the guideline for it. But other than that, I do have like brief knowledge of it. Um, but she's like, "Oh, really?" I said, "Yeah, that was one of the duties we did have to do as the medical assistant." I meant to tell her like with medication, the nurses did it, but I'm a pretty good learner at that. But I just said, as a medical assistant, one of many positions was doing a prior oil, so I'm pretty familiar with that. She's like, "All right, that's good to know. That's good to know." She's like, "Oh, you're a medical assistant as well, so you have like more experience and knowledge on that side as well, like the clinical side of like the clinic, so you know it's needed." So I'm like, "Yeah." So hopefully it's for me. Hopefully we shall see. She said she was gonna submit my resume to the office. She's like, "They're probably off now," but yeah, it's 5 o'clock now. She's like, "But they'll see it in the morning. And from there, if they're interested, I'll give you a call to set that interview." So it sounds good to me. I am gonna set it up on excuse me, probably a Friday because that's mainly my day off. But these Fridays I've been working and covering employees' vacation, just gaining more hours. But while my niece was down south with my mother, but she is back and she is starting school next week, so gotta go back to that regular hours for the time being. But thank you guys so much. I know I kept going on and on and on. Car is a whole look up. Whole I don't know why people do that. It's two lanes going the same direction. If you see them turning and you're not slowing down and you see there's nobody else in that other lane, go that other lane. I just don't get it. Like she was looking down at her phone. But I just wanted to tell y'all that. That's some really good news. whatever way it go, I just know I still got it, and I'm super confident in myself. Dang, snow park's up here. Is it? Oh yes. Oh no, it's not. Dang. I am so tired. I know I'm gonna have to clean up once I get in the house. I cannot. I can't. You know, I'm gonna wait till my sister and them get here. I don't feel like getting out. But I will see you guys later. I just wanted to say hi and just to share the good news. I wish there was a way you could turn a live into a video. You know how you do a live and you like, psych, I want this to be a vlog. I was able to do that. Yes, stay